Picture this: a hidden web of secrets, connections no one else can see, and a sense of knowing something the rest of the world doesn't. From secret government plots to extraterrestrial cover-ups, conspiracy theories lure millions of minds. But have you ever wondered why we are drawn to these theories? Why we embrace the idea that there are invisible forces controlling our world? It turns out the answers lie deep within our own psychology, in how our brains are wired to seek explanations even when the truth seems unbelievable. Conspiracy theories are essentially alternative explanations for events that involve secret plots by powerful, often malevolent, groups. They reject the official or widely accepted version of events. Whether it's the idea that the moon landing was faked or that 9/11 was an inside job, conspiracy theories offer certainty in an uncertain world. But why do these ideas persist? Research by cognitive psychologist Dr. Karen M. Douglas suggests that conspiracy theories thrive because they offer three key things: epistemic, existential, and social motives. In simpler terms, they give people explanations for things they don't understand, a sense of security in a chaotic world, and a community of like-minded believers. So, why are we so susceptible to conspiracy theories? The answer lies in our brain's natural wiring. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. We evolved to spot danger and make quick judgments. Our ancestors' survival depended on it. Psychologists call this tendency patternicity, and it's why we see shapes in clouds or faces in random objects. Our brains are wired to connect the dots, even when there's no meaningful pattern. But there's more at play. According to Dr. Michael Shermer, cognitive bias plays a huge role. When confronted with large, complex events like a terrorist attack or a global pandemic, we crave explanations that match the scale of the event. This is known as proportionality bias. Our brains simply don't like the idea that small, random events can cause big, world-changing effects. Instead, we gravitate toward ideas that suggest that major events must have major causes. Enter conspiracy theories. Think about it: believing that 9/11 was orchestrated by a secret government agency seems more fitting than the reality of a handful of terrorists causing global devastation. This need for proportionality fuels our acceptance of conspiracy theories, as it makes the world feel more orderly and controlled. Conspiracy theories make sense of the senseless. But there's another powerful factor: confirmation bias. This cognitive bias means that once we've formed a belief, we actively seek out information that confirms it while ignoring or dismissing evidence that contradicts it. A 2019 study led by Dr. Roland Imhoff found that people who are inclined to believe one conspiracy theory are more likely to believe in others, even when they're unrelated. Confirmation bias creates a filter through which conspiracy theorists process the world. Every piece of new information is twisted to fit their existing beliefs, no matter how contradictory the evidence may be. For instance, a conspiracy theorist might ignore countless scientists debunking the flat Earth theory, but seize on one poorly conducted study that supports their belief. Fear and anxiety are major drivers of conspiracy theories. When we feel uncertain or scared, our brains are desperate to regain control. In times of crisis like political upheaval, economic instability, or global pandemics, conspiracy theories thrive. This was especially evident during the COVID-19 pandemic, when misinformation spread like wildfire. A 2020 study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology revealed that people are more likely to turn to conspiracy theories when they feel powerless or out of control. Believing in a conspiracy theory offers a sense of clarity and control in a chaotic world. For many, it's less frightening to believe in a secret, malevolent group than to accept that we live in an unpredictable, uncertain world. Conspiracy theories aren't a new phenomenon. In fact, they've existed for centuries. Take the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963. Despite the overwhelming evidence that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, millions of people still believe that JFK's death was the result of a broader conspiracy. Historian Richard Hofstadter coined the term the paranoid style in American politics, explaining how, historically, fear and suspicion of invisible enemies have shaped public opinion. In recent years, conspiracy theories have taken on new forms thanks to the Internet. Social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter have allowed fringe beliefs to spread to millions. Algorithms designed to keep users engaged have unintentionally created echo chambers where believers are only exposed to content that reinforces their views. As a result, modern conspiracy theories like Pizzagate and Canaan have gained dangerous momentum, leading to real-world consequences. So, why do some people believe in conspiracy theories while others don't? Psychologists have found that certain personality traits make people more prone to believing in conspiracies. A study published in Social Psychological and Personality Science identified paranoia, openness to experience, and low agreeableness as significant predictors of conspiracy belief. People with a higher tendency for paranoia are more likely to believe that powerful forces are working against them. Additionally, individuals with lower trust in institutions or government are more vulnerable to these beliefs. On the flip side, people who have a strong sense of control over their lives trust in established institutions and are less open to ambiguous, speculative ideas are less likely to fall into the conspiracy trap. While some conspiracy theories are harmless musings, many have far-reaching, dangerous consequences. The anti-vaccine movement is a prime example. Conspiracies that falsely claim vaccines cause autism or other ailments have led to outbreaks of preventable diseases like measles. Another infamous case is Pizzagate, where a man, convinced by false reports of a child trafficking ring in a Washington, D.C. pizzeria, entered the restaurant with a rifle, only to find that the supposed conspiracy was entirely baseless. Conspiracy theories can also erode trust in essential institutions like science, medicine, and journalism. By spreading misinformation, they weaken society's ability to respond to real-world crises. We saw this play out during the COVID-19 pandemic when conspiracies about the virus's origins and severity led many to reject masks, social distancing, and vaccines, prolonging the pandemic's effects. So, how can we stop the spread of dangerous conspiracy theories? The key lies in promoting critical thinking and media literacy. Psychologists like Dr. Stefan Lewandowski advocate for teaching people how to evaluate information critically. Encouraging skepticism, but of the evidence-based kind, can help people distinguish between fact and fiction. Additionally, fostering trust in institutions and creating environments where people feel in control and informed can reduce the emotional appeal of conspiracies. Open conversations, rather than confrontational debates, are also essential. It's often not about disproving the conspiracy outright, but understanding the emotional and psychological needs driving that belief. Conspiracy theories will always be part of our culture, but by understanding the psychological factors that drive people to believe in the unbelievable, we can better combat their spread. The next time you hear a wild claim or stumble across a conspiracy theory online, take a moment to question the source, think critically, and consider the evidence. In a world filled with misinformation, our ability to think critically and rationally has never been more important. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the mind's most mysterious tendencies. If you found this fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the science of human behavior.